Yeah, it's been a wonderful 240 hours attempting to break the longest reading aloud marathon by a team for the Guinness World Record. And for these 240 hours, we've delved into the lives of so many people, visited so many cities. Oh, just kidding. I mean, we've actually done this going through so many books. And then I believe other marathoners here have got some moments where they were so intrigued, so captivated by a scene, so moved by a character, so feeling sorry, feeling so emotional, and what have you. So this evening, four of us are here to discuss what our engagement so far about this book have been, the character we can resonate with, the plot twists, and then the places this book have taken us a journey to. So at my right here is Ketura Heyman from Gombe State, and I have Precious Light Ukachi. Uh, and then I have, yeah, from Imo State, and then we have Stephen Oyelame from Osun State. So myself, I am Ogunremi Temitokwe Timothy, and before us there are some of the books, or rather most of the books we have read so far. So I'm going to be giving the room is going to be a free flow engagement. We are going to be diving into the lives of characters. We are going to be seeing what are obtainables, and then we are going to be sharing our experiences reading all of these books. So I'd like to start from Precious Light. Precious Light, please, can you just tell us, out of all these books, can you tell us the character whom you felt so much in love with, the character you felt, wow, this is me, or this is someone I can really relate with?
Hi everyone, good evening. Like he earlier said, I am Precious Laitukachi from Imo State. Actually, most of the books I've read, they are lovely and so intriguing. But I would like to start from Boom Boom by Jude Dada. You see, this book, it really made me emotional while reading it because actually I work with children with special needs, and I've seen this thing happen real life, and I've seen it happen in this book. It explains the story of a family that we have different types of genotype, the AA, the AS, the SS, the SC, and so on. So it was explaining the struggle most families experience due to, I won't say it's mismarriage. How will I put it? Okay, let's just put it like AS getting married to AS. We know what the product will be. Like they went through a lot, the struggle, the even when it in fact the book is so beautiful. I don't know how to put it all together, but the book is beautiful. It even had a part as if they had magical powers. There was something mystical, but not really. He could communicate with the dog. His mom died in the story. He could also communicate with his mom. The mom even gave him three signals. If the star shines once, it means something. If the star shines three times, it means I love you. If the star shines twice, it means that I will answer your request, or your request will get done. It was so beautiful. Even when the mom died, the sister also is a sickler. So they went through a lot. Even the father lost his job in the process, trying to get a cure for her ailment, because they said they would do a bone marrow transplant, trying to source money, getting things done in order for her to survive. But at the end of it all, she survived. So I love the story. Even the dog was communicating. The dog was so helpful. The book is a beautiful book. Please try to get the book and read it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, a very quick one before we move away from you. You've just given us a plot summary of this interesting novel, and then I see it's so fascinating. But then, given the delicate and very dangerous issue and scenario surrounding these genotypes, do you think the author is actually justifying the fact that there could be something so miraculous, as in the case of the character in this book? Because finally we saw that there was a donor for her bone marrow transplant, and then there's this, this magical reality feast between the dog being able to communicate with, what was that his name again? His name? Um, I've really forgotten. I think I'll
Her
just
name
go
is
through. Yeah, but
Ege.
Ege, yeah, do you think Ege Bomb Bomb? Yeah,
Yeah.
nice one. Do you think the author is just trying to justify that? Okay, or do you think the author is advocating for the SS marriage? Because I don't see the book actually criticizing it, giving the miracle feast and everything that actually happened in between.
Okay, I would say I love the plot behind the book, but I will also say he wasn't justifying it. He was just trying to tell us that we should have faith. I see it as faith and miracle. A miracle just happened because they didn't give up. Actually, they did not know that they were both of the same genotype before they got married or something. But when the problem came up, they did not just abandon the child. They had to go, they traveled to London to even get a solution. So they even walked, they prayed, and they did all they could to get her healed. So I don't see it like he's advocating for SS to get married to SS or AS to get married to AS. But he was just trying to tell us that even in crisis, from the way I see it, even in crisis, a miracle can happen. There's nothing that can't happen if you have faith and work together. So that is how I see it.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll move to the next, and then that will be Ketura by my right. Ketura, please tell us which of these books did you actually fall in love with when reading, and how did you feel yourself into either the character's shoe and his experience or the character's experience?
Okay, the book that I really fell in love with is Daughters Who Walk This Path by Yajide Kilanko. And then this book is talking about, we have Morayo, who is like the protagonist of the novel. Morayo was abused by her cousin brother, and then the mother was very careless. She didn't pay keen attention to Morayo. She didn't guide her through she didn't guide her through. That made Morayo to take wrong decision along the way. Like she shielded Morayo's younger sister, which is Eniola, over Morayo. Like she let Morayo to navigate through life after the abuse on her own. And I don't really blame Morayo for the life she played in the university because of the abuse she had while she was young. So what baffles what baffles me the more is that why the mother was very, very careless about the daughter.
Okay, that's so intriguing. That's so interesting. Daughters who walk this path. Going by the plug, or let's say we having a critical overview of the theme, the thematic preoccupation in this book. That is the major thing this book is talking about. Do you think that maybe the author is a kind of some kind of maybe feminist portrayal, or something that has to talk about the patriarchal system or the dilemma of a girl child?
Actually, I would say this has to do with the dilemma of a girl child because Morayo was confused and she don't have enough guidance. The only person who guided her was her auntie Moreke. Auntie Moreke was not always in her life. Like she visits on and off. So it's just once a while. So Morayo was just in the dilemma of a girl child.
Wow, that's so interesting. I'm still coming back to all of us, but then let's go to Mr. Stephen Oyelami. Okay, Mr. Stephen, I see you're already holding El Nathan Jones Becoming Nigeria. I love that book. Really, it's very interesting, very engaging, giving the wittiness of the author, and then the
Sarcasm.
author trying to, uh, how will I put it, satirize the condition of Nigerian and Nigeria itself. So I would like us to give you I would like you to give us a breakdown, the plot summary of that book, because I know they are written in sessions, so it doesn't follow maybe a strategic kind of story. But just give us a synopsis of that book and let's enjoy it.
All right, my name is Theo Lamin. Well, becoming a Nigeria is a guide for everyone in Nigeria. Either you are a politician, or either you are an ordinary Nigerian, either you are a journalist, or either you want to venture into a new business in Nigeria, and you need a guide. Because in this book, I think there's a part that says how to be a kidnapper. how to be a police officer, or even how to go to heaven without even repenting of your sins. So I think this book is a guide. Just like you said, it's satire, sarcasm. The author actually did a lot of a lot of justice to this book. So it's a guide, but actually is is a good guide, because if you started following, it's just like a call to order what is happening in the society, what is happening in the core of all these aspects in our nation. So that's just because, for example, now inside this book, it said how to be a politician. Because the book started with, in the beginning, there is a difference between the God and the Nigerian God. This book told us that there is a God of Nigeria apart. This kind of God is a God that collects bribe, that that engage in corruption. Eh, so there's so many things funny. That's why I love this book, because you really enjoy it. The author really good a lot of things about it.
Okay, thank you very much. And one funny part, I think the whole storyline in this book is actually very very engaging. One funny thing that actually caught me is how to die being in Nigeria. There's a way you die, and then your death has to be relevant.
Mm,
You don't have to just maybe die in a blast, and
mm,
then they just assume your number, and you have to die in a plane crash. You have
mm,
to die and it's very engaging. How to be a Nigerian wife,
mm.
all of these. I believe Nathan John is a very witty writer, and we enjoying the book. Then, for me personally, one of the book or two of the books that actually has almost the same plot, I would say, or the same storyline rather, is Ndidi Chiazo, Simoroko Si Spain, and Theophilus Enemali's Diamond in the Flame. These books, these two books are more like where you have a part one and part two of a movie. They capture the dilemma of youth, the get rich quick syndrome, the jackpot syndrome that is bewildering the Nigerian youths. And presently, uh, I don't know, the materialistic urge that we have as youths that we can actually manage. These books capture them all, and they try to set us a pace, try to keep us in check. Because if you look at say Morocco, see Spain, you see the life of Nossa, going through the Sahara, through to Italy, to Spain, and then trying to make a living out of his life. And then coming back to Diamond in the Flame, you see the same thing with Akoji, and you can see the experience, how the author captured the dreadfulness and fearfulness you see through the Sahara, and the death that is staring face to face with you at the Mediterranean Sea. And then even getting to the so-called greener pasture in Europe, it's not so promising. And you see the irony of you going back, you getting to Europe and still wanting to return to your homeland, because you believe your homeland is even better compared to where you thought you were going to have it all. So I believe these 240 hours of reading that we've been engaging in has actually, apart from maybe trying to break the record, has exposed us to all of these nuances, the understanding of life, and then putting ourselves into this character and fitting into their life to channel out. So what I'll be doing next is we've actually discussed characterization, the build up and everything. So presently now I want us to examine I don't know, would I say the literal journey where you are not actually living your current position, but these books are actually taking you some places. For me, in Morocco, see Spain, I've actually been to Spain, I've been to Morocco, I've been to Agadez, I've been to the Sahara Desert. It's more like I was experiencing it, firsthand. I've been to Tripoli, I've been to so many places. So I want us to share the places we've actually visited. So I'm going to start with Oyelami. Oyelami, where is the one place in the world books have taken you to?
Oh, if I want to talk about becoming Nigerian,
Okay.
becoming Nigerian has taken me to a place, for example, where I can be a pastor without without even having a church, where I can be a politician without having without having maybe have a political party. How you can do this thing. So this book has actually taken me to some places. How I can maneuver my way. Maybe I bought a new car, or how I can have an honorable death. You talk about that there's a kind of this book talk about how you can die, that it will be a dishonorable for you to die maybe in a terrorist attack,
Yeah,
because the
exactly.
number will be sum up. The journalists, the press, they will lie. Maybe 2,000 people died, but so that the headline will be catchy, they may say, okay, like maybe 100 people die or 50 people die. So this book has really taught me that even if you want to die, die honorably.
Wow, thank you. Let's
Do
have
things
Ketura.
honorably.
Ketura, tell us where you have been with
Okay.
books.
Before coming to that, I want to chip in Diamond or in the Flame.
Okay.
Okay, before coming to that, I want to chip in about this book, Diamond in the Flame. I guess Akoji traveled from Nigeria to Europe and then back to Nigeria. That is to say, this is just the mystery of faith. He left Nigeria to Europe to cultivate a greener pasture and then back to Nigeria to find the greener pasture.
Wow.
So it doesn't depend. This is just faith for him. And then from the books I've read, I have been to Ikot Pene.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
believe most of these books they mention this. I guess Ikopene is part of Ebonyi, sorry, Akwa Ibom,
Ibom.
Akwa Ibom state. So, and I've been to the governor's office. I understand the kind of activities that is happening in the governor's
So
office.
interesting.
Actually,
Wow. Thank you very much. So let's have a precious light. Tell us these places you have been.
Okay, I've been to a lot of places actually. I live in Lagos, so I've been to Lagos,
Wow.
precisely Oluwole Street, where I can forge all my documents to travel to Europe and to any country in the world.
That's so
I've been
interesting.
I work in the bank because I
Okay.
know the activities that go on in the bank, especially Quorium Bank. I've also been to Akwa Ibom. I've
Wow.
been to Kafanchan in Kaduna. I've been to Kano State. I've been to University of Ibadan. I schooled there for 4 years. Yes.
Wow. So
I've
interesting.
also been to Calabar. I've been to Owerri. I went to a lot of places while reading this book, so it has been so beautiful traveling around Nigeria. And I also went to Agadez where I learned how to shine shoe.
Wow. So
I learned how to
interesting.
shine shoe and sew shoe.
So interesting, so interesting. We've seen the power embedded in books. We've seen how book can be our transport system, how our books can take us places where we least imagine or where we've actually not been literally, but books have taken us there. So away from this, I would like us to also share, because we've talked about all of these experiences. I would like us to share the emotional state in some of these books that really captured us. For me, there's this particular book, Dear Mother. I'm not sure if I can find the book. You see, the Dear Mother is here. Dear Mother by Nora Sanya. This book actually got me emotional when I was reading it. At the point, the boy happened to be someone who doesn't, have this belief in God, even while living with a Catholic priest. But then, when his mother died, at the graveyard, he was like, he has faith that his mother could, resurrect. His mother will come back to life and all of that. I felt very emotionally drawn to this particular. In fact, I felt like crying, but now, men don't cry. So I just had to bottle that down. So I want us to share. I'm going to start with Ketura. Ketura, in any of this book, when were you so emotional? Maybe you felt like crying, you felt pity for this person, or you felt love. Was it something of love? Was it something of pity? Was it something you can just tell us the emotional state you had at the time reading this book?
okay, from this book, See Morocco, See Spain, the story of Yuosa, the girl who her mother forced her to travel to Europe. And knowing fully that she's going to Europe for prostitution, the girl was against it. She was trying to tell her mother, this is what I'm going to Europe for. But the mother was like, of what use is she living in Nigeria? Other daughters of her age are going to Europe and are sending money to their parents. I felt for Eurosa because it wasn't part of her plan to travel out of the country through that route. And it wasn't her plan for her to go into prostitution. But the mother keep on forcing it upon her. She even said that if she did not travel, she's going to evoke madness upon her. I really felt for her. I was so emotional.
Wow, Mr. Steven, let's have you.
All right. There was a book we read this afternoon. I've forgotten the title. forgot the title. In the book, they talk about two children, two brothers. One was, I think, one was Olumide, something like that. And I think the boy actually had epilepsy. The boy actually had epilepsy, and because of this, the boy cannot proceed. The boy cannot proceed to the extent that, our brother need to feel ashamed when this epilepsy came upon him. When this epilepsy came upon him during the day, maybe when they are playing or when they are doing things together, there was a particular period of time when I was reading the book when I felt like crying for the boy, because actually, when you have a goals, you have great things to do in life. Just because of one disease or just because of one sickness that hinder you from proceeding, so this actually touched me a lot. I try to put myself in the position of the brother who actually decided to take all the responsibility of the family. Why? Because his brother cannot proceed. Why? Because his brother cannot do what he's supposed to do. Why? Because of the sicknesses. So this actually touched me a lot, and I felt really for him and the brother.
Wow, thank you. I think that will be Baron on Broad Street. Yeah, yeah.
Baron Broshi.
So quickly, we'll just go to Precious Lights before we have our final touch on the question.
All right, mine will be Years of Shame by Obinna Udenwu. This book really, it annoys me anyway. I don't know how to put it, but that man Practice. If I should see him if I should see him really, I was supposed to slap him. Like, he was so annoying, he was so full of himself. Pride overshadowed him that he did not even know when he was making the biggest mistake of his life. They were begging him, please don't take the oath, don't take the oath, but he went ahead and took the oath that destroyed his family, his children, and to the extent that his daughter slept with his boss, and the daughter also slept with her own child due to the wrong decision he made. They begged and begged. Like, the book got to me actually. When I was reading the book, I did not want to stop reading. It really annoyed me because of pride. He just destroyed his life and generation.
Okay, talking about annoying parts, I guess Purple Hibiscus, Papa Eugene is so annoying actually. Papa Eugene, I felt like strangling him at some point, and I can't even say how all those he was doing, treating his family so badly, played in his head as love. I don't understand. I was so angry at Papa Eugene. That's from Purple Hibiscus, Chimamanda.
Okay, that's very interesting. That's very engaging with that so far. So we are wrapping up now. So we just have to take this wrap up session on a lighter note. Let's now talk about the moment of love. I believe some of these books have some romantic moments that are so engaging, and then you feel like just reading, you felt like the blushing scene. So I'll start with Precious Lights. Yeah, Precious Light seems to be off anything that has to do with emotions romantically, but I want her to just chip in. What was that book, and when was that moment you felt like, wow, this is pure love. This is something you could really connect with.
Okay, I would say Governor's Office. The fact that that man, what's his name, refused to stop loving what's her name, the other girl, for almost 3 years. Like, I've not heard of that kind. He was married, but the fact that he had someone he loved, that was she is a widow, Brother Peter, but he kept on loving her. Like, I don't even know. That was captivating to me, and that's it.
Okay, so I'll go to Ketura.
Okay, moment of love. I think I'm going to take a character from Purple Hibiscus from Chimamanda, which is Jaja. Jaja really loved his mom, loved his sister, because he really stood up for them. Even when Mama killed Papa, Jaja just stood up and said he was the one, and even went to jail so that his mother would just stay out of jail. So I believe this is a love from my end. He loved his sister, even while his sister is at fault, as sometimes he normally defend her or maybe stand up for her, to say he's the one that did it instead of his sister. So I guess that's love for me.
Okay, Mr. Steven, let's have you.
All right, the moment of love I would like to talk about is from this book, Concussion of Chakan. Despite what the husband did to the wife, that she still had have the heart of forgiveness. That love was really valid. That love was really positive. Despite what the husband did, the woman still decided to do it, still love this man. That really show a kind of love, a true love, a true love that forgives. So this is really a moment of love for me in this book. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, for me, talking about love, I'm getting so emotional. Like, I would go with Sarah Ladikbo's Independence. Like, do you guys see the love between Vanessa and Tayo? But it's just that fate could not just allow them get married. And the very emotional part I can still reconnect with was when Tayo was given an honorary award in Cambridge. Sorry, was it? It was Cambridge. Oxford.
Oxford. Yeah.
And then he had to reconnect with Vanessa. And then he said that if he had the opportunity to relive, he would have chosen differently. Funnily enough, even their children knew that their parents were in love because Vanessa was already married and had a son. Tayo had a daughter, and even their children knew that their parents were so deeply in love. See, this very moment showed the true taste of love, and then I would just say maybe a twist of fate, but it was very, very emotional. Okay, so thank you very much. It's been an engaging session, and then we've actually, hit on some of these points. We've seen characters, we've been to places, we've seen so many things, and so for the last time we have, I would just, I don't know, if we could just possibly pick randomly, just go to any page, just pick a book. I think we have to do these games really quick. So everybody just pick any book randomly. Yeah, we're going to do this in 1 minute. Pick any book. Okay, no, just close it. You have to close it. Now just keep opening until I say stop. Stop. Okay, good. So anywhere your eye just get to, I'll start with Steven and then I'll just do it like this. Just read a line from anywhere. Just tell us the page number, read a line, just a sentence.
Okay, page number 165. And the book is The Secret Lives of Baba Shegi's Wife. Here, Shegi's had the snoring, yet she turned to him.
Okay, so Ketura.
Okay, this is page 103. The book is Diamond in the Flame. No problem, she said. Your father will come and see you in a moment before we leave for church.
Okay, so this is chapter 14 of Independence by Sarah Ladikbo. When Thayo returned to Oxford, he decided not to tell anyone about the fight in Bradford.
Okay, this is Years of Shame by Obinna Udenwe. Page 204. Daluso, she thanked him. For you, my dear girl, anything, anything, anytime he stood.
Well, I think I like that last line. Anything,
Anytime,
anytime.
he stood.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been an engaging season with Precious Light Ukechi, myself, Ketura, Mr. Steven Oyulami. And I also want to cheer the mind behind the camera. Thank you very much for having
Thank
us.
you.
It's been a wonderful moment. So we're still reading, we're still going. Keep cheering us, keep supporting us. We love you. See you.
Bye.